You can fly your own helicopter. No hangar, no millionaire status, no gatekeeping. In 2025, personal flight is no longer fantasy. It's a DIY reality. These are the 10 cheapest ultralight helicopters on the market right now. And the top of the list, it's so cheap, it feels like a glitch. At number 10, we have the EDM Aerotech Coax 600. It's German, it's futuristic, and it looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Valued at $370,000. The EDM Aerotech Coax 600 isn't just a helicopter, it's a statement. Powered by a 160 horsepower UL power engine, this coaxial rotor ultralight was designed for the skies over Europe. But pilots around the world are taking notice. With a max takeoff weight of 600 kilograms and a sleek dual-rotor design that eliminates the tail rotor, the Coax 600 flies smoother and quieter than traditional models. It's fully assembled and ready to go. No kit, no wiring, no guesswork. Still, it's not exactly budget territory. And if you're wondering what else is out there for far less, just wait until you see number 9. It drops nearly $50,000 off the price, but keeps the dream of personal flight alive. Number 9. The Gimbal Cabri G2. This one's nicknamed the Little Big Helicopter. And for good reason. The Gimbal Cabri G2, made in France, isn't just sleek. It's a serious machine dressed in an ultralight suit. At around $350,000, it's built with the kind of tech usually found in much larger helicopters. Think crash-resistant fuel tanks, a full glass cockpit, and rotor stability that feels almost military-grade. It's a two-seater, but don't let the size fool you. This isn't some flimsy weekend toy. Pilots worldwide trust it for flight training, sport flying, and even light utility work. The G2's design makes it ultra-safe, stable in rough air, and incredibly fuel-efficient for its class. But here's where the trade-off shows up. It's fully factory-built. That means you're not saving on assembly like some DIY kits further down this list. And at this price point, you're brushing against the cost of used certified helicopters. Still, if you want ready-to-fly simplicity with the polish of something twice the cost, the Cabri G2 delivers. But what if you're ready to trade polish for practical? The next chopper on the list slices another $30,000 off the price. And it's got a story that dates back to the 1950s. At number 8, we have Robinson R-22 Beta 2. This one changed everything. Before now, the Robinson R-22 Beta 2 private helicopters were mostly reserved for the military or ultra-wealthy. But in the late 1970s, this little two-seater came along and made civilian helicopter ownership possible. And even in 2025, it's still flying strong, at around $318,000. Built in California, the R-22 is known for one thing: reliability. It's simple, lightweight, and powered by a Lycoming 0360 engine that pilots trust around the globe. Flight schools love it. News crews used to swear by it, and private flyers still put their faith in it. But here's the catch. It's been around a long time. And if you want a classic that stood the test of time, this is your bird. But if you're itching for something newer, something a bit more hands-on, and a lot less expensive, wait until you see what's up next. We're about to enter DIY territory, where flying costs less than a fully loaded pickup truck. Coming in at number 7, the Hummingbird 300L. If the idea of building your own 4-seat helicopter sounds insane, the Hummingbird 300L is here to prove you wrong. Designed by Vertical Aviation Technologies, the Hummingbird is a kit helicopter that brings a whole new meaning to hands-on ownership. Priced at around $227,000, it's not cheap, but for what you get, it's one of the most value-packed machines in the ultralight space. Here's the kicker. Most kit helicopters are cramped, two-seaters at best. The Hummingbird 300-liter? It seats 4. That's enough for you, a friend, and even a couple kids or bags of gear. Originally developed from surplus military tech, this model started as a commercial aircraft project before being reimagined for private builders. It's built tough, with a high level of safety engineering, something that stands out in a market filled with bare-bones flyers. But the trade-off is time. This isn't a weekend project. Building it can take hundreds of hours, and while you don't need advanced skills, patience is a must. Still, the reward is incredible. A full-size 4-seat helicopter, at a fraction of the price of anything similar in the factory-built world. But what if you want something a little simpler? Maybe something that shows up in fewer boxes and still keeps the price dropping? The next model cuts another $80,000, and it's one of the most beginner-friendly kits ever made. At number 6, we have the Safari 400. The ultralight helicopter that's quietly built a cult following. Coming in at around $142,800, the Safari 400 isn't just cheaper than the Hummingbird, it's also much easier to assemble. Safari helicopters did something smart here. They pre-assembled most of the complex parts at the factory, including the wiring harness. That means you don't need to be an aviation mechanic to put this bird together. The Safari 400 is powered by a Lycoming 0360 piston engine, the same reliable workhorse you'll find in a lot of certified aircraft. And even though it's a two-seater, it punches well above its weight in terms of power and flight performance. One standout feature? You can order it in 4 separate shipments, which is perfect if you're working in a smaller garage or need time between builds. That makes it one of the most accessible kits for hobbyists or weekend flyers. But here's the trade-off. It's not built for speed. It's built for simplicity, safety, and satisfaction. Still, some flyers want to skip building altogether and save even more money while doing it. The next helicopter does both and runs on regular gasoline. At number 5, meet the Heliwhale Aviation. One of the most affordable factory-built helicopters in the world. No tools, no kits, no assembly weekends. Just pure, ready-to-fly simplicity for about $120,000. Built in Russia and named after the bottlenose dolphin, Aviation in Russian, this ultralight stands out for a few big reasons, starting with the fact that it runs on regular gasoline. That alone makes it a cost-saving powerhouse in a world of aviation fuel and complex maintenance. The Aviation is a sleek two-seater with an ultralight cabin and a minimalist frame. It's designed to do one thing extremely well: make flying accessible. And it delivers, with lower operating costs, easy handling, and a surprisingly smooth ride. But there are trade-offs. You're not getting a ton of cargo space, you're not breaking any speed records, and it may not turn heads like a high-end Cabri or Coax, but that's not the point. This helicopter isn't for showing off, it's for flying. Simple as that. And in 2025, that's exactly what more and more hobby pilots are looking for. Freedom without the fortune. Still, $120,000 isn't pocket change. The next helicopter on our list drops nearly another $12,000, offers modern upgrades, and might just be the best value kit in the game right now. Number 4. Phoenix, a 600 Turbo. Think of the Phoenix A600 Turbo as the next-generation DIY helicopter, and one that doesn't look like it came from a backyard science fair. Priced at around $108,550, this is Rotor X's upgraded version of the old Rotorway, a 600 kit. But it's not just a rebrand, it's a full-blown evolution. With FADEC-controlled systems, a robust piston engine, and updated aerodynamics, this helicopter looks and feels more factory-built than most kits on the market. And here's the secret sauce. You can build it yourself using just basic hand tools. There's no crazy equipment, no technical wizardry, and there's a whole builder community standing by to help. It's got a sleek body, smooth control response, and enough power to make short, cross-country hops, though the base fuel tank isn't huge. You'll need to add the optional auxiliary tank if you want to go farther. But here's what really matters. It strikes a perfect balance. It looks pro, it flies reliably, and it's still priced like a kit. So what's next? Well, we're leaving the $100,000 range now. The next helicopter drops us under six figures and into a territory few people even know exists. It's rare, historic, and controversial. Let's just say the military built it, then walked away. At number 3, Brantley B2. This one's a bit of a legend and a bit of a mystery. The Brantley B2 has been around since the 1950s, and yet, in 2025, it's still one of the cheapest factory-built helicopters you can own, with listings hovering around $100,000. Originally developed for the U.S. Army, the B2 never really caught on with the military, but instead of disappearing, it found a strange second life in the civilian world. Over the years, only about 330 units were ever produced, making it a rare breed in the helicopter market. It's a compact two-seat aircraft with a quirky design and just enough power to handle basic sport flying. The specs? Modest. The performance? Decent. The controls? Not exactly beginner-friendly. But here's the thing. This helicopter represents something bigger. It was one of the first serious attempts to bring helicopters to the average person, and that legacy still attracts collectors, budget flyers, and aviation enthusiasts looking for something unique. Now, the downside, parts can be hard to find. Flight characteristics are known to be temperamental, and it doesn't meet the polish of modern builds like the Cabri or Phoenix. Still not cheap enough? We're about to cross the $70,000 line. And what comes next is a kit that made the single-seat revolution take off. A T-2, the composite FX XE290. Part of the famous Mosquito line is proof that you don't need six figures to take to the skies. This ultralight kit starts at just $55,000, or about $70,000 if you want it factory finished. This single-seat helicopter is light, lean, and with a maximum takeoff weight of 720 pounds and powered by an 800 cubic centimeter fuel-injected piston engine that pumps out 90 horsepower. Its top speed? Around 95 miles per hour, with a cruising speed of 80. Not bad for something smaller than a smart car. And the best part? It fits inside a garage, literally. You can store it at home, roll it out, and be airborne in minutes. No hangar fees, no crazy logistics. Of course, there are limits. The XE290 is single-seat only, so no joyrides with friends. And while its flight performance is impressive, it doesn't have the range or redundancy of larger choppers. But that's not the point. And yet, even this isn't the cheapest, because there's still one ultralight left on the list. It's lighter, it's simpler, and with a price tag around $32,000, it might just be the most affordable way to fly in the world. Hang on a minute. If these luxurious giants have you imagining your dream flights, it's time to elevate your game. Comment your favorite helicopter, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because this is the world of high-end luxury, and you don't want to miss what we are bringing next. Ready for it? Here we are, the #1 spot. The lightest, cheapest, and most accessible helicopter you can buy in 2025. The Mosquito XE. It's not a toy, it's not a drone, and it's definitely not a dream. The Mosquito XE is the cheapest ultralight helicopter you can buy in 2025, with a price tag starting at just $32,000. Built for single-seat freedom, the XE embodies everything that makes ultralight so exciting. It's powered by a compact MZ202 engine, weighs just 300 pounds empty, and maxes out at 600 pounds gross weight. That's light enough to haul it in a trailer and set it up in your own backyard. Cruising speed? About 65 miles per hour. Flight time? Up to 4 hours on a single tank. That's more than enough for a round-trip joyride or a slow scenic cruise over open terrain. There are no frills here. No leather seats. No touchscreen avionics. No unnecessary weight. Just you, the engine, the controls, and the sky. Of course, at this price, you're not getting autopilot or air conditioning, but that's the trade-off. And honestly, it's the point. The Mosquito XE gives you the rawest, most personal flying experience out there. You can build it, you can fly it, and you can afford it. But here's the real twist. This is just one end of the spectrum. Because while the XE keeps things bare bones, there's a whole other side to aviation that's dripping in luxury. We'll show you the top 4 private helicopters with luxury interiors in 2025, and trust us, they make the Mosquito look like a bicycle.